What's happening, fight fans? Welcome back to the MMA Mindset. Wolkernite Fight Championship 4, 5 weeks away, 6 weeks away. Really looking forward to it. Going to be a fantastic card. So make sure that you head into the link in the description and go get your tickets whilst there's still some available. I'll also post all of the fighters' codes in there. So whichever fight you want to support, put their code in. Obviously, they'll get a little kickback from that and get some recognition for selling some tickets. But without further ado, I'm joined by probably the first fight announcement actually that we saw for this particular card. I'm joined by Cotterill. Thank you very much for joining me, mate.
Pleasure, mate.
Yeah, not a problem. Like I said, it's you were the first fight that was announced. To be fair, so I think they got you matched up pretty quickly, which is
Yeah,
always
yeah,
good. Gives you that time to kind of prepare. But you're taking
yeah.
on a guy that I've seen fight before, Yan Kurishilin. Good fighter. Record doesn't quite suggest that he's as good as he is, but he is a very good fighter and a good challenge.
Yeah.
How are you feeling 6 weeks out?
I'm feeling confident, feeling great. Training's going well. Yeah, it's just maintaining, weight cuts going fine. So yeah, I'm feeling like starting to really like get in the groove of it now, and starting to like my confidence is like growing every session, everything that we work on. Like training, sparring's been perfect, and it's like finding that good ground between like not going massively hard, but then still doing it still hard enough for a challenge, but then still like you'll be able to work on stuff. And yeah, it's going really well.
Yeah,
Really,
well, I just kind of want to talk about confidence because obviously first two fights of your amateur career didn't quite go your way, and then since then you picked up two wins on the bounce. How's that kind
yeah,
of done for your confidence?
yeah, it's raised it massively. So like my first two fights, I was with a different uh, gym, and I was I, I was like I think like I don't know why some of these things just didn't work out, and like you said, like my confidence was dipping a bit, and I thought like I need to like make a change here because some like and I switched gyms to Gracie Barry Ilkeston, and under Stephen Martin I've managed to grab two wins now, and like it's really boosted my confidence, and it's like really helps like just get my mind back in on track with it all, because like the fates like come make my have my first two fights come on two losses, be a bit of kicking be a bit of a kick in the gut, and like to sit there and try and pull myself out of like something where I thought, oh, do I really want to do this? I think now I've got to stick at it, and I managed to pull back two wins of like, yeah, it's like made me realize that yeah, I can do this, and yeah,
Yeah, well, you've had the combat sports experience before, obviously in the boxing, when you
yeah,
were
yeah,
with the forces and stuff. So I
yeah,
think obviously you've probably brought that over, and even though it's a different game, it's kind of some the
yeah,
experiences are all the same.
yeah,
Combat,
yeah.
it's all the same. Do you think even as being as amateur in MMA, you've got so much combat experience that kind of gives you a bit of an advantage over fighters who have had the same amount of MMA fights as you?
Uh, I wouldn't say so, because I mean I think it's a different um it's completely different. I think the atmosphere is completely different as well. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like my first fight, uh, I'm like compared to like when I was in the army. I don't know why. It might have just been because it was on because I know it's going on YouTube and it's being streamed live, and it's like a big like it's like a bit more bigger than like I'd say like my boxing in the army. It's like the bigger occasion sort of thing. I thought it got to me a little bit, and I feel like that's like it got to me a little bit. So I thought I was trying to rise above it, but then at the same time it did affect me.
Yeah,
So I thought,
it's a bit of a nerve-wracking thing,
yeah,
because when you've got the MMA in the UK amateur-wise, they like to make it a production. You've got the
yeah,
lights, you've got the music,
yeah,
you've
yeah,
got the loudness, everyone's having a bevy and stuff. So it
yeah,
can be a bit overwhelming sometimes. So I get that. But do you think you're kind of settling into that sort of lifestyle and atmosphere now?
yeah. I think like my last two fights, like with the wins, I've proper settled into it now. I've just thought, even like just try to ignore. Because I did it in like when I was in the army as well. Because like I've got all my mates in like the rest of my battalion screaming like my name and stuff, and I managed to like uh, adjust with that, because I had the same sort of thing when it was like my first boxing fight. I think I froze a little bit on there as well, even though I won that one. But I managed to overcome that, but like I still kind of froze with the crowd. But then, like I said, I had more fights and you settled into it. And I think now that I've had a few fights into the MMA game and I've managed to really like settle myself in and just think, right, they're just there to cheer me on. I've got pay no attention to the cameras, just focus on the task at hand, and that is to just get the win.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I didn't even think about the cameramen over the side of the cage with the cameras as well. I
Yeah,
imagine that could be
yeah,
pretty daunting as well.
yeah,
Obviously your boxing acumen's there. It's there. Your pedigree's there. You've done a lot of it. Obviously, it's
mm,
kind of the grappling that I'm guessing you're kind of focusing on at the moment at Gracie Barra. You've picked up your blue belt last year, so that's congratulations for that. Are you
yeah. Thank you.
focusing on anything specific for this particular fight?
I don't want to give too much away. I don't want to like. Yeah, we're focusing on what we need to be focused on. I trust my coach Stephen. He's analysed what needs to be done. We've got the game plan, and we're going to execute it. And I'm going to go out there and do it to the best of my ability,
Yeah.
and pick up that win.
Yeah. Obviously a year since your last fight. It'll just be just over a year, I think, by the time
Yeah.
this comes around. How come the long layoff?
It's just unlucky, I think. Just things aren't really like some injuries, and obviously sometimes getting matched up, things get pulled out. So yeah, I'm trying to like make a good run at it this year. Like I'm trying to be really active. I'm trying to like get another fight lined up as soon as possible after this one. So I really want to try and aim to try and get a belt. I really want to try and get that's like my achievement this year is to try and get an amateur belt and hopefully just try and get as many fights as I can possibly and be really active. Um, just again layoffs, just injuries and just like getting fights arranged and then things don't like people pull out or like again because I've pulled out because of injury or someone else has to pull out because of injuries and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
it's a fast
unlucky
move.
sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
fast moving world in the amateur MMA scene. Like you can
yeah,
be your fight can change a week out from the event,
yeah,
and so it's
yeah,
it's 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 a hard one to kind of prepare for a particular opponent. I think sometimes you don't want to
yeah.
get. I always ask people. I ask, "Oh, what's your particular game plan for this opponent?" And they can't really get themselves wrapped up in
No,
that because the likelihood is after 6 weeks they might be fighting someone else, and then you'll have to change everything. So no, I understand
yeah.
you there. How do you think you kind of match up against Yan? How do you think your strengths are compared to his strengths?
Uh, I think I've got my strengths are like I think they can outweigh his. I think he's good on he's good off. I think from what I can see, he's good off his back. But I feel like I've got the ability to nullify that. Shall we say? And just on the feet, yeah, I feel like I can nullify anything he throws at me on the feet. So I'm feel like I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean, like your last fight, it looked like a bit of a bloodbath. There was that picture of you when the fight had finished, you were walking away and you had all blood all over your side
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
I thought
yeah,
that was a pretty badass picture. To be fair,
yeah, yeah.
that was a good picture. Obviously you've had the submission finish as well against Josh Dean.
Yes.
Are you maybe looking for a KO TKO this time?
I am looking for any way possible. I will take whatever comes. If it's submissions there, I'll take it. If I hurt him and the KO's there, I'll take it. And obviously, if he's a tough lad and gets through it, then I want to put on a show that where I will dominate the rounds, where I can pull off the decision as well. I don't want to give like too much into the decisions and judges' hands, but yeah,
No, you never know.
hopefully, like, yeah,
Yeah, you never know, mate. Sometimes it's just best to kind of get it done within the 10 or the
yeah,
9 minutes yourself. And then
yeah.
obviously, just before I let you go, what are your next like couple of weeks looking like?
Looking good, just constant training. I'm on the weight cut as well, so just the diet, exercise, uh, getting on the strength and conditioning. Yeah, just pretty much training every day.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's all you can really do. To be fair, I think half of it comes out
yeah,
to not under preparing, but not over preparing, not under training,
yeah,
but not over training. So no, really looking forward to seeing this fight. Like I said, with the two wins in a row, you're not that many wins away from getting a title shot. Hopefully this year, Cam.
yeah,
So no, thank you very much for joining me, mate. I really appreciate your time.
yeah. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. So go get your tickets. Like I said, link in the description. May the 4th, like I said, going to be a fantastic card. We've got so many good fights to announce there already, and then so many lined up that we're gonna announce. But yeah, not a problem, Cam. We'll see you fight night, and then like I said,
Yeah.
best
Cheers.
of luck on the night.
Cheers.
Thank you very
Thank you
much,
very
mate.
much. Thank you.
Cheers, pal. Thank you.
Cheers. Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye.